Good morning, Lincoln, Nebraska. Happy Monday. Welcome to the morning hookup. Bill Hooks, Elijah Herbal on the ones and twos. Dr. Dane Todd in the house. Hope your Monday, start of your week's off to a great start. I was just talking to the doc about, I'm sure, I love all the rain, but it's like I'm not really fond of showers are in the area continuously right now. But we'll take it as it'll be short-lived today, it looks like.
Think about how good that grass is going to look at Memorial Stadium for Game 1 with all this rain we're getting. Grass is going to be perfectly green, you know?
It will be good.
It'll
be so nice.
Will that help them sell more tickets? Because it sounds like they need a little help.
Sounds like
we'll get to that. There's many plans and all that. We'll talk about that. But we're going to jump into some Husker talk. Camp over. Starting into the installment and all that week. As you got your quarterback name as well. We'll talk about that, what all that means. The BMW Championship. The top 30 are set. Pretty electric stuff yesterday. Go around the diamond in Major League Baseball and a whole lot more. But welcome in. Good morning. How was the weekend, fellas?
It was good.
Weekends?
Really good.
It was good.
Mine, I need a nap.
Yeah, naps are nice, though. Naps are good. They're good. But weekend was good. I'm not too wore out from it. You had a longer weekend than I did.
Yeah. Boy, I spent it with really good high school buddies. Most of my best friends from high school were in town, and we just felt like it was 1996 for a few moments back in graduation time, but maybe we made it through a bunch of golf, boating.
Anybody end up with back pain by the end?
No. But my hands hurt from golf.
From golf,
I don't like golf that many days. We put 4 rounds in.
If your hands are hurting from golf, that says something.
That's 4 rounds.
Yeah.
In. It's just my hands are just like
You might want to loosen that grip. I don't know much about golf, but you might want to loosen that grip.
There were junctures where I had to grip harder because my hands were hurting. I'm like, I don't know if I can even do this today.
It's fair.
First world problems. I know, I understand, but like now I'm just like, I drove back today. I had to take a buddy to the airport. I had a 6:15 flight this morning.
Yeah, that's tough.
3:30 wake up call.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you're old and you don't sleep.
Made it back. Did a few things. I did make it back. I took my surprise the fam because I haven't been home since Wednesday night. I mean, I've been to Lincoln, I haven't stayed in my own bed. So I was surprised. Got back home, took the little guy to school. That was pretty cool. Was driving here. I'm like just shaking my head. Stay away. We got this. We're gonna do this.
So your football player just got his bell rung on the football field. You got to shake it out.
Just don't tell anybody. Just keep going. It's not real.
This is not medical advice.
Like most injuries, you just ignore them until they go away.
That's right.
See, this is medical advice.
That's from
a doctor. We're not doctors.
Not sanctioned.
That is
medical
from a doctor.
Advice.
Yeah, exactly right.
Not sanctioned medical advice.
Yeah, you don't want to listen to me when it comes to things like that.
This is just the morning hookup crew telling you it's shake it off. Yeah. Rub some dirt on it.
Take a salt tablet.
Smelling salts.
That's just my favorite phrase in all of baseball, especially for the young kids. Ball coming at them. Wear it.
Oh, gosh. Yes.
Why don't you wear it?
Yeah, exactly. They'll miss me with that.
Why don't you wear it?
Ooh, there's a strict rule in old man hockey, and that's you don't shoot the puck above waist level.
No.
Because none of us got on shoulder pads. We're not wearing that stuff, right? I've caught some in the belly, though. Oh, boy. Perfect. Perfect puck-shaped bruise for like 2 weeks.
Ooh.
Yeah. Everybody apologizes when that happens. Or at least you better apologize.
Is it one of those things where everyone's at one point has been on the receiving end of that?
Oh, yeah. 100%, dude. And so nobody wants to do it, right? I can't be doing that to other people. I do love that phrase in youth baseball, though. Wear it.
Wear it.
Yeah. Although I will say that we've got to teach the kids that it's okay to get hit.
It is okay.
Puck.
No,
it's
but
okay.
Again, but that's also a duty is like there's a way to wear the pitches, right? Like it's not, there's an art.
Oh, yeah.
And how it's going to hurt. It's just how the severity.
Yeah, you want a glancing blow.
Yeah, the ones that like turn towards the ball, like that's a problem.
Yeah.
Where they turn like at youth baseball, you get some kids that turn to like a deer in the headlights. That like they turn face into it and like
go Happy Gilmore style on that thing.
Yeah,
toughen up.
Yeah, do you ever have them where they like some of them try to catch it? Like, don't do that. Teach their kids how to like. There's a lot of stuff you teach kids in sports, in baseball, but teach them how to take a pitch too.
What kills me now though is all the guys, especially like at the higher levels, they got their elbow guards on. And now as an umpire, I am watching like a hawk to see if that elbow guard moves into the way of the pitch at all.
That is the
Coaches
yes.
never like it when you make that call, by
Yep.
the way. Whenever you say he moved into the pitch, they're never going to be happy with you. But
No.
you see it so much more now. The kids, they
Oh.
know it's not going to hurt off the elbow guard. So they
They
take the elbow guard and move it in, move it out. Yeah.
Nice. I love that. I love the fact that Elijah is keeping track of things like that
Oh.
and keeping people honest.
Oh, I
know?
keep the kids honest.
he's
Yeah,
trendy. He's
You're doing
trendy.
the right thing, dude.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, yeah.
I absolutely
You're
love
doing
that.
exactly the right thing, and you're trendy with it. You stay up on the rules.
If it hits you in a place that hurts, like, yeah, you get first base. But if you're taking off the elbow guard, I'm raising my eyebrow at it now. If I'm seeing you move the elbow guard at it, okay, you're staying. You're not getting first base.
Student of the game.
Love
His
that.
craft.
I love that. Is it still called a ball though?
If it's outside the zone, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If it's
All
in the zone, it's still a strike.
Then you worked really hard to move that elbow guard,
I
right?
believe- Awesome.
I believe at the college level, if you move into it, it's automatically a strike. But at high school level, it's depending on where the ball passes.
Depending on where it's
So,
at. Yeah. There you go. Baseball talk.
I don't
this
do
morning.
college ball. So.
Something you didn't know you were going to get this morning. when
I
you
didn't
woke
know
up.
that.
But good morning, everybody. Good morning, FedEx and Snits. Thanks for hanging out with us. Arlo is in. Thank you as well. But hey, fall camp is over.
It is. That's a great
Camp's
day.
over. School started. When again, what we'll make fun of it. Whatever's going to school means anymore for college kids, I don't know. Not going there. But camp over, and it's prep and installation.
It's got to be.
What is that transition like? It's pretty seamless, I'd imagine. Because now, my thought would be and we'll go with you because you got a QB1 announced. No surprise, Kalangio. We can go to that in a little bit as well. But are we the transition to prep now? Do we know the ones? Does the team know ones?
Yeah, they know ones. They may be still toying with the guys who are going to be kind of alternating or who's going to get, the next man in if somebody gets hurt or needs a break or that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
There's probably some play happening there. The biggest thing that happens though when camp ends is that's when the scout teams
Get named.
get basically named, right? Like there's not a list, right? Or there wasn't when I was there of who's on the scout team, but you knew you were on the scout team, right? And that's the big transition right there is those guys
yes.
who are not going to be seeing the field this year. It's confirmation that they are not going to be seeing the field this year, except in mop-up duty.
That's not a list to hang up that you're running to like you just won an award.
Yeah.
Remember it'd be like the old test list. They put it out on the board. You're not running for that list.
No, you're not trying to. No, you don't want to find your name on that list. Or get that colored jersey in your locker. That's the other thing, right? Because sometimes it's a different color jersey. For us, it was a different color jersey. So you'd wear a different jersey color so that, you could just figure out who was on what, right? But yeah, not great.
Do they still name? I don't think I've seen it recently. Do they still do scout team MVP for the year? They used to do an offensive and defensive MVP. Do you remember?
I don't know if they do that anymore.
Now I feel like if you're on scout team for a year, you're either buried on the depth chart for your entire career or you're going to be transferring out very soon.
Yeah, I mean that's where a lot of transfers come from, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't recall seeing that recently either.
No. Did you remember you spent 1 year on scout team? Yeah?
Mhm.
Do you remember who the scout team MVP was that year?
I don't recall who it was that year. It would have been in 2002. I don't recall who it was for the offensive scout team. I don't remember, but I do know I was on it. Living my best life ish. The only nice thing about being on scout team, I'll tell you the nice thing about it, and now it's not real, right? With their 5-and-5 rule, so everybody can play, right? There were two incredible things about it. One, I knew there was a 0% chance I was actually playing in a game, right?
Yep.
And so, like, I got to spend my entire fall semester just doing school stuff, lifting weights, and then showing up to practice. The other awesome thing about it was you're with all the other scout team guys, none of whom are going to play, right? And you're looking at cards and running plays. And so it's like a little gang of misfits out there is what it is, right? And so you really you do your individual drills with everybody. You do, some variation of special teams work with people, but even then you're scout teaming. Okay, for that. But then you're just running plays against the defense the entire time and seeing who you can catch off guard.
And not keep the head on a swivel because they're coming for you.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. They better keep their head on a swivel too, because I'm coming right back, right? Now, the only times when it was super fun, well, super fun, it was kind of fun the whole time, was if you were playing against a team that had like one specific player that they were keen on. And so there would be like a special scout team jersey that just like one guy would end up having to wear, or two guys. And so I still remember we were playing Colorado. I think it was Colorado. And I ended up being the guy who had that jersey, right? And so it's a blessing and a curse, because
They're like, yeah, that's our guy.
yeah, that you're gonna play this guy's role this week. The curse is that like everybody's coming after you, right? But then it's kind of fun because you get to go just like blister people all day long. So I don't know. Scout team's a great time. Oh, and then the other thing that was elite back then, didn't dress for the games. You got a ticket to go sit in the stands. That was awesome, right? Because again, hang out with your buddies. On Saturday, you don't have anything that you're going to do, except we would go do a lift on Saturdays. We'd go get a lift in. But then the rest of the day was yours, man. You knew you weren't playing. Like, there's something to be said about transitioning into higher level athletics and higher level life, right? It doesn't take, just throwing them into there and like sink or swim doesn't work for everybody. But it was fun.
One thing I never thought about, if you're buried like on the active roster for a game day, it probably would be better to go sit in the stands. Probably would be more fun. Go grab a runza.
Yeah, man.
Go hit a tailgate.
Yeah. Dude, I got stories of guys who used to hide in the bathroom at halftime, like hide in the bathroom stall at halftime. In games they knew there was a 0% chance they were playing in, right? The team would go out, they'd change clothes and sneak out the back door.
Absolute genius.
Right? Like, there was a 0% chance that player was going to play. And they were like, you know what? Why am I standing here on this sideline?
They're
right
like,
now?
we
I'm out of
can't
here.
get that far down to get you in the game.
Yeah, nobody's going to notice me gone, right? Okay. That's
Go
fine.
grab a runza.
Yeah. Go tailgate.
Runs in a Mountain Dew.
Go have a good time.
That's
live
incredible.
a little bit of college life. It's not like they were getting paid to be there.
No, that's
right?
incredible.
I wasn't getting paid to be there, right? So
I'm just imagining some guy sitting in the student section with full eye black from the pregame.
Yeah, he got all set up. He got all set
no,
up.
those kinds of guys, they didn't put on eye black, man. You didn't.
They barely got
ready.
They probably didn't have pads in their pants.
Yeah. Well, nowadays they don't have pads in their pants, which is honestly like I probably didn't get hit in the thighs that many times. I could have gotten away with it.
We had this old guy yelling at the clouds conversation on the Average Joe Sports Show a few weeks back, and I'm sitting here. Some guy, like, I didn't play high level football, but I played football recently, and I always thought that, aside from like taking a knee post practice, I always thought that the pads below the waist were kind of pointless.
Well, I was talking to Corey Schlesinger once about it, and he was sitting there going, "Man, I don't know how these guys don't wear pads in their pants." He's like, "I'm sitting there actively trying to figure out how I can get bigger thigh pads on under my
Just
stuff."
put multiples, right?
Yeah, because Corey was sitting there just bruising people, right? And so I don't blame him. Like, it makes sense that you get a bad thigh bruise. Oh boy, you'd be down for the count.
Stay for a little bit. Good stuff. Good stuff. Talking with the Dr. Little Husker football as we're making the transition from camp to, we'll call it installation prep time coming up, because you're a few weeks out. With that, QB1 got announced.
No surprises.
No surprises. But in that mix, it is a big deal to get it named, right, for the offensive strategy. Correct?
Sure.
Once you know who your guy is.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real. They were
we knew it.
strategy based on
Yes.
him being the quarterback the entire time. But yeah, it matters.
And also, another thing, you've talked about this before. Obviously, our first game is Ohio. How many, because you guys did this, you do have something for Ohio, but how many weeks out were you looking ahead? Because I know you mentioned before, like in those weeks. And again, I don't know if this staff does this, but thoughts are because I remember you used to talk about, you had a game, you'd go in here, but hey, we're not really doing this. We're doing it for USC.
Right. Yeah, no, you're still early here. You're kind of just making sure you're refining all your base for everything. Next week will be very, very Ohio specific, but during next week, they'll probably be installing things they're planning on doing the following week with Bowling Green, right?
Yeah.
And in reality, they're probably going to be installing stuff at that point they're thinking about doing with North Dakota. And then now North Dakota is not the team you like sleep on here. Like,
No.
that's the hardest of these first 3 games, probably, maybe ish. Who knows? I mean, the first 3 games are just,
they're all bought. You bought them.
I
They're
mean,
wins.
these are just like
tune-ups.
ridiculous
Hopefully.
games. And then definitely at some point during either Bowling Green or North Dakota, you're actually working on whatever it is you're going to do with Michigan State, even though you're not going to run any of those plays that you're actually installing during that time. So, yeah, I guess, yeah, it's just weird looking at the schedule and seeing those 3 games to begin with, because, yeah, at some point the coaches are installing and looking ahead, right? But then constantly harping on the players that we're not looking ahead when everybody knows you're looking ahead. At least that's what I think.
Just
happens,
interesting
right?
thoughts, because this Nebraska schedule does set up a little odd based on the fact that you've got 3 bought wins on paper on when you get to the level. I'm starting to think Big Ten.
When I think it's interesting how the schedule ramps up, where to me it's between Ohio and North Dakota for being the most difficult non-con game. Bowling Green's that is one that you could go Akron on them from last year and go beat them 70-0. I don't think you do, but that would be a possibility. I don't think Bowling Green's very good at all. But then you have Michigan State, who is first-year head coach in the Big Ten. There's some talent. Do they have talent that's up to most of the Big Ten? I don't think so, but a well-coached team. I think that kind of ramps up from your non-con, and then I think it ramps up more. So many people are overlooking Maryland. They returned the most production in the Big Ten and a 5-star quarterback who had a really good
one guy in defense, right?
Yeah,
But that's it. But
Mathis with the knee injury. He was also
they got a good quarterback.
I think also former 5-star. But I mean, Washington played really, really well against Nebraska last year. Malik Washington, I should say, their quarterback. He had a good day against Nebraska last year. They had some penalties and some bad coaching decisions that shot them in the foot. But I think it ramps up where I think you go from your non-con easy games to a more difficult game with Michigan State to I think a more difficult game with Maryland, though you are back home. And then you got Indiana. I think the ramp up is interesting where you're not going to get that first true test until Indiana, but you do get some tests in there. It's not like you're going from non-con straight to a top 5 football team.
Right.
Also, I was thinking about this. I mean, in a situation that Nebraska's in, obviously you're bringing in a new quarterback, not a new quarterback. Yeah, new at Nebraska, but it's been some years. You got transfers coming in all over the board, possibly a offensive line full of them, and on defensively, you got a linebacker there. But how important will it be for Nebraska to lay it on some teams to get the 2 deep in? Right? Because
vital.
Is that one of the goals? Like, was it a goal of you guys? I mean, I would say as a starter fullback guy, you're like,
yeah,
guys, I'm sure Zach was going, look, let's get out of this game as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Let's go execute. Let's put up a bunch of points. Let's get the other guys in. We take breaks.
I've told you many times, the best thing on earth is being a starter, knowing you're not going back into the game anymore. And then not because you're hurt. It's because you're up by 30 and watching young guys play football. Yeah, it's just the best thing on this earth for the entire team. And so if you can do that in your first 3 games and get everybody on the bench onto the field, dude, that's awesome.
And Nebraska hasn't done that in years.
Yeah.
Typically.
There's been the moments, but
there's been moments.
It hasn't been consistent.
There's been moments where I think it's important. That's why I'm bringing that up, because it's important. I mean, obviously, you got transfers all over the board. You got a new court, all that. But it's at some point you got to get the other guys developed to be in, because, and you know this, you all played sports. Like, practice is practice. There's nothing like playing in a game.
Yeah, different speed,
noise, crowd, whatever it's got to be. But you got to get the 2 deeps into that type of atmosphere.
Well,
and it might be mop up in the 4th. Who knows? Don't care.
Yeah.
But there's still something to be said about the electric live snaps.
Yep. And the other thing is you have no idea what the other team's going to do. Right. And that's probably the biggest thing for it to me.
Because now you're reacting.
During practice, you generally have an idea of what's going to happen, right? You know what each player's tendencies are. You know what you're getting when, that lineman that you've hit and blocked 500 times over the course of the fall is lined up across from you. You know exactly what to expect.
Well, and you're
right?
sick. You hit him already anyway. You're done.
Yeah. Whereas now all of a sudden you're in the game and it's somebody you've never played against before. You have no idea who they are, and you have no idea what plays they're going to run or what their cadence sounds like or anything else. totally different ball game. And so getting those younger players into the game to at least get some of that experience is very important for the remainder of the season. And the other thing that it does is it gets your starters off the field, which decreases the risk of losing somebody.
Well, and also, despite the fact that I think the guys that some of these I don't want to say buried guys, but guys further down the depth chart playing at practice are probably better than who they'll be playing in mop-up duty against in Akron or a Bowling Green. You get the chance to play in front of 90,000 or 75,000.
Did the stadium get smaller?
That's an interesting question there. Let's be honest, but the second half of those early games might be 50,000.
It could start there. I mean, I'm not going there yet.
Yeah, not yet.
There's a few plans out there that you could go take advantage of if you want to go see these games.
Buy 3 Red Baron pizzas, get 2 tickets free. Shout out Minnesota.
This one's,
see Minnesota's doing that?
Yes. I saw that. Yeah. Red Baron pizzas.
Have you seen the
good,
one?
though.
Have you seen the Bowling Green offer?
Oh, the family fun pack.
Get 4 tickets and 4 $10 food vouchers for $160 plus fees.
I'd love to know what the
But I
fees
don't.
add up to.
Here's the deal. This is I don't think this is new to college football around the world right now, around the United States. I think it's just sad to Nebraska fans that this is where we are, is that we have, when you go on there, you see a 3-game meeting plan, a 4-game meeting plan, and now a family pack. But I don't think, and just to be quite honest, this isn't the only home game that they're going to struggle with this year.
No,
I'm already heard. You probably heard there's like 8,000 to 10,000 tickets almost for every home game right now.
And there's multiple factors for this. I'll start off by saying there's a 10-year culmination of what this product has been on the field.
Yeah.
It's been 10 years since you've had one of those like fantastic, unforgettable, remember it till the day you die Memorial Stadium moments. I mean, the last one was probably the catch against Michigan State late.
Yeah.
Whenever you gave Michigan State their first loss, Brandon Riley ran out of bounds, still catches it, they don't call it. And that's last like unforgettable Memorial Stadium moment. Maybe Colorado. That one was fun, but it was a Colorado team that kind of realized wasn't all that good.
Yeah. I'll also say too, like a culmination of 10 years of things. I'll be honest with you. College football in general to me is almost unwatchable at this point, just because every game takes 4 hours to play.
Yep.
They're actively doing things to decrease the number of plays that occur during the game and increase the number of TV timeouts and stoppages. And it's genuinely almost unwatchable. And so if I have the chance to flip channels, if I'm going to sit there and watch football, right? Mm-hmm. Or I don't know, go do something else around the house, like I'll take that opportunity.
Yeah. 100% agree.
Yep.
It's hard to watch in person now.
Yeah,
and then last thing is, especially for the early season games, the gap between power conference football and everyone else it's wider than it's ever been.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
With money being a factor,
and there's so many factors.
There is such a gulf between a team like Ohio and Nebraska. It's so much more than there was 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
Absolutely.
You look at those opponents and what's the point?
And not only that, but you look at the transfer portal thing where everybody can transfer as much as they want. The other thing that's changed is those schools like North Dakota who end up finding a diamond in the rough lineman who would have stayed there the whole time and then gone to the NFL now just goes, right? And so it's just farming all those players out to the bigger schools, and it's decreasing the parity.
Well, it's stoppage time right now.
Well,
our first.
So to your point with Ohio, and I know they had a coaching change this year, but they lost a quarterback to Kentucky. They lost an offensive lineman to Arkansas. They lost a wide receiver to Oklahoma State. They lost an edge rusher to UConn. They lost a wide receiver to Cal, a safety to San Diego State, a tight end to Ohio State. I mean,
there you go.
So much of their top talent is off playing Power 4 football. It's one of the reasons, I mean, the gap is so wide.
Case in point right there. Let's take our first break.
That was a long first.
That was a good one, though. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll take our first break, and we'll come back. We're going to continue to talk football. It's NFL time when we return.
The Browns have named a starting quarterback.
They have. We're going to come back and talk about that and what all he had to say before he was announced starting quarterback.
Yep.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah. Wow.
I think the Browns made a complete.
Oh, I mean, talk about one of the most bungled signings of all times.
We'll talk about that, and then college football and NFL. I don't even know. Like it's dove off the deep end with what happened yesterday. Yeah, I don't even know like what is to be said. Good to be back though. We played three different courses. One played at Wilderness. The boys loved it. Greens were fire everywhere. I forgot, again, this is just a personal opinion. I like the course. It's beautiful. I played Corey too. Incredible. We played another course. It's beautiful. And I remember now why I don't play it that much. Iron Horse. That damn thing is hard. It's hard. And we played it from like 6,200 yards. Like we moved up.
Oh, really?
Just because we're like, hey, but my buddy's like, he's like a 20, 25, whatever.
Yeah.
Because this is not easy. Dumb hole. But a beautiful golf course. This is by no means saying don't go play Iron Horse, okay? I don't want to get back to him.
Just be ready.
Great hospitality. If you're going to go play it, it is hard. PSA.
I just scrambled at Newmark yesterday. Good shape.
You can get around with that one.
Yeah. Well, they have that one.
They are scramble champions.
Yeah.
I haven't played there forever.
Yeah, that white course, is it between hole 3 and 4 or 4 and 5 where you have like the mile-long journey in between the green and the tee box?
Yep.
It's like, huh, who laid this out?
Yep.
Sometimes you work with what you got.
True.
Iron Horse did that too. Yikes.
Yeah.
God, it's hard.
It's been a full 20 years since I played
there.
I
think that's what it's been for me because I just don't. I'm in the area occasionally now, up that way, and so I'm like I just put it for the boys. I'm like, hey, let's just go play this. It was hard. I probably should have said, hey, just for like nice, easy, casual, like unique, fun, not more fun golf. I don't want to say it like that, like Ashland Country Club.
Love that place.
A little more wide open.
Love that
like,
place.
The number of times that you can hit a ball and go, get right, get further right, because you're going to get another fairway.
Coming back here.
Welcome back in the morning, Hookup. Happy Monday. Thanks for hanging out with us. Looks like you may have missed some rain out there. I think it got away from it. Blue skies. Better times. We played some golf this week. A lot more than I should my hands. I might have to go see the doctor to see how my hands are doing. Do x-rays in the hands? Oh, you shut his mic off.
I think I already know the diagnosis. It has to do with birthdays. I know. It's tough.
I did forget my Advil this morning.
Yeah, that'll do it to you too.
My hands are hurting, man. We played some great golf. Like Nebraska is the unsung, like hidden gem of really good golf. People will never think about. Like my buddies are like, "Oh my god, you had yes." I mean, Adam Scott even said one of his pipe dreams was one of his bucket list golf course on his list was the Sandhills in Nebraska. He didn't say it like that, but it was similar because he's Australian. That was not Australian. But in his own, he wants to play Sandhills.
That'd be nice. That'd be good.
There's some great golf. I played some great. Like
I'd also like to play Sandhills.
Yeah, same. Adam,
you need a playing partner.
Yeah. You have a spot? Do you need a local? But we have great public golf courses. We have great little. I mean, just everywhere. Like again, we played Corio's beautiful. They've done so much great stuff up at Corey now. They redid the whole thing. We played Iron Horse. That is hard. Beautiful scenes and sights and sounds, but it's hard.
Allow me to paint a picture here for you, Hooksy. Here in a couple Saturdays, Nebraska's got a 6:30 game.
Yep.
You get that 8 a.m., 9 a.m. tee time.
Yep.
Get an 18 holes.
Yep.
Grab some lunch.
Yep.
Early afternoon, you throw on your Husker gear, you head downtown. You tailgate it up just a little bit for Bowling Green or whoever it may be.
I think you just tailgate at the golf course.
You could do that too.
Yeah, start
19th green.
Yeah. Then you could Uber down and tailgate more.
And then you watch college football all night. I mean,
Yeah.
if I'm just gonna paint the picture for you for an ideal day,
There are massive dilemmas in our state right now. We talked about tickets earlier because as a season ticket holder, I get torn a lot. I get torn a lot because now, one, I've invested in going to a Nebraska game. I bought the tickets, but it's like, you know what would be so cool is what you just painted. How about not having that and just say, hey, we'll take the Saturday off. We're going to go and do that. We're going to golf. We're going to meet up for lunch somewhere with some buddies or what, family. Maybe go back or have our host at the house and watch college football for 37 straight hours going in football, including NFL Sundays, for like 40 hours.
Be a good time.
That might be a dilemma for a lot of fans right now.
I'll tell you what, the game that I might be a dilemma for is the Halloween game.
Well,
I know they're doing the blackout thing, but
I've had this discussion with my kids already. They asked me the question, what are you going to do? How are we going to trick or treat? I'm like, well, we need to have somebody change it to Friday.
Yeah. I mean, it's just,
let's do the right thing. I know there's like been people putting stuff on Facebook or whatever saying that, but like, do the right thing. Do the right thing for football. Halloween Friday night. Because I will be in a dilemma. I will be maybe calling Grammy and Grandpa and saying, hey, can you take the kids out?
Could we as a city just move
Yes.
trick-or-treating up to Friday night?
Why not?
do we want, I mean, think of the years where it's got snowed out, right? Where Halloween got canceled. You know,
It's only ever happened like once in my life.
I remember it happening when I was a kid. That was probably before you.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
before me.
That was definitely a long time ago.
I definitely remember there's been some Halloweens where it was like you're throwing on the costume and you have to fit it over a winter coat because it's like 30 degrees outside.
I generally kind of plan for that.
Buy all the costumes for the kids, size up.
Yeah. I buy my own costumes that way sometimes.
You're still going?
I mean,
up?
There's a one Halloween party we go to each year, and I'm actually going to get a new costume for it. I've been going to Shrek for the last several years, but I'm changing it up.
Every year October rolls around, and I'm like, man, I definitely should have done some more brainstorming on like pop culture current events this year to think of some good costumes.
You've got the most built-in costume ever.
Yeah. Shrek was perfect.
You're wearing it right now.
I know. I could go as the doctor. Yeah.
He's here.
Yeah. No, that's you can't be pulling that one off. You can't go as what you do at work. Got to have something coordinated.
Looks comfortable.
It is comfortable. I will say that. My sun shirts. Love it. I love it.
Hooksy, back to your point though about like how do you spend a college football Saturday? One of my favorite college football Saturdays ever. I got the date pulled up.
Oh, look at that. I love this.
October 12th, 2024.
He's got the receipts.
October 12th, 2024.
Nebraska had a bye week. And for those out there listening, whenever Nebraska has a bye week, it's a big day for those that spend their life covering the team. You get a Saturday to yourself during the fall. Those are rare.
We are thriving for bye weeks.
Yeah. I know that sometimes it's a little sad you don't get to host a football game. We enjoy it. We had gone. There's a bar and grill on my end of town they give out pitcher cards, and for every pitcher you order, they give you a card. For every 5 you save up, they give you a free pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Me and roommates and some friends over the course of a long while, probably a year, 18 months, just saved up every single pitcher card that we ever got. So we had like 40, 45 sitting at home. And that college football Saturday, it's me, my 2 roommates, some buddies. We went and redeemed all of them. We were at this place from like noon until like 11 p.m. watching all the college football. Great games that day. Texas beat Oklahoma, Red River rivalry. Oregon beat Ohio State in that game where Will Howard went down in bounds, if you remember, when the clock ran out. Penn State beat USC in overtime.
Oh,
yeah. You had Florida and Tennessee that day. You had Ole Miss and LSU. That was the mustard gate for Lane Kiffin, I believe. Right? No, that was Tennessee game where they threw the mustard bottle at him. It's a different game, but still, it was number 9 Ole Miss, number 13 LSU. Just a great day of college football. Got to sit there at one place for like 12 hours, watch it all. Great day. And it makes you wonder, like, man.
Have you already tracked the Husker bye weeks this year?
Yes.
Do you have the menu planned, or are you going?
I knew the answer.
Yeah, of course. We already knew that answer.
What the slate looks like when we're off, because I think not just media members thrive or just earn for that week off, but it's fans. I think fans. I know as a fan, I get there after 5 or whatever. It's usually like 6 straight weeks of football, and you're like, oh my gosh.
So we have Ole Miss at Texas that week.
Okay.
You have Indiana at Michigan.
Okay.
You have Texas A&M at Bama. You have USC, Wisconsin. That's all right. Tennessee, South Carolina, Iowa, Minnesota. Those are kind of the premier matchups.
Doesn't sound as elite as your
No.
2024.
Ole Miss and Texas is a good one. A&M and Bama is a good one. I'll take Indiana, Michigan. That's probably
That should be
one
good.
good game for every single window.
Mhm.
And you sprinkle.
That's all
in-
you're asking for, isn't it?
You sprinkle in USC, Wisconsin. We'll see how Wisconsin is on October 24th.
God, it's
Iowa
that
and
far- it's
Minnesota.
that far away?
October 24th. Yeah,
It's a long way away.
it's the week between Oregon and in Washington.
Works out nicely for me because that's when that Halloween party is. So I'll be
that's
good.
nice.
beautiful.
That'll be good.
Beautiful.
Costume arrives today.
Boy, Cosmo has that day. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, there's also LSU playing Auburn that day.
Okay. So there's views. I know a lot of fans will do that as well. Media members will look ahead and be like, all right, man, this is good stuff. But thanks for painting the picture, though. I needed that. Boy, painting some picture. NFL real quick as we're jumping into it. A lot of talk about quarterbacks right now. Also, the Raiders maybe take a little scare right now. Ashton Genty, sprained ankle, helped off the field, the practice field. So we watch and monitor that as they get close. His second campaign is upon.
They got Mike Washington, who's been playing
Mhm.
his balls off all preseason. They're going to be fine. They have a two-headed monster
They
in
do.
that running back room. Do they have an offensive line for him or for them? Who knows? But
Something to watch.
as
for.
long as it's not season-ending for Genty, the Raiders will be fine.
Yeah.
They've got a great rookie with Washington.
But probably the biggest, man, this is so debatable right now. There's a lot of quarterback battles going on right now. And again, battles in essence of the starter versus not. You got the Falcons are still battling. They haven't announced theirs yet. Tua, Penix, what happens there going through it. But a lot of talk around the Browns.
Mm-hmm. There's always way too much talk around the Browns. Always.
Watson, Sanders. It has been announced. Deshaun Watson will be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns in week 1. This is a split decision in a lot of people's front. Maybe the Browns fans are like, they messed up.
Well,
Watson said some few words that
mhm.
spoke real loud to the fans. To me, I guess if I was the ownership or what, I would have figured out how to get his butt out of town immediately.
And
All his off-field stuff already, and he even said it. This wasn't about play on the field. It was about the other stuff. But you're going to come out and do that? What one? Leader? Not at all. I think they messed up. Now, this is probably a financial decision because you've been here for 4 years and you play, 19 games? So whatever the number is, hurt, just whatever the case is, just hasn't been available. And you're getting what per year?
they should have cut ties a long time
Mhm.
ago.
Well, here's the question. What if he plays well this season?
Well, apparently,
What are they going to do
So-
then?
So if you missed it, and Hooksy kind of laid it out. He said it was personal for him because getting back on the field where he tore his Achilles, where the
Mhm.
fans booed him. That was the home fans.
It was a home
Mhm.
fans.
So he's
booed
saying
him.
it's personal against the home fans.
Right.
And,
Oh, yeah.
and the Browns, apparently this played in their decision. They start the year off with 2 road games. So their hope, apparently their goal is that he goes out and plays well in 2 games and can win the fan base back before he returns back home. Whew. That's not where you want to be with your starting quarterback.
Look, man.
No,
to
not
be
at
like,
all.
let's hope he can go prove it on the
Look,
road so
man.
it doesn't hurt
Yeah,
his
but this is the
confidence.
last year of his contract is what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Is it
right?
40 or 50 million, whatever the number is.
They're averaging 50 million.
Yeah.
I mean, the Browns, if he plays well this season, right?
He's gone.
Yeah, well, I don't know how you could possibly keep the guy around.
No.
I don't know
Right.
how
I
you
don't-
have kept the guy around.
Well,
Right
they've
now.
kept him around because they're following the sunk cost fallacy. That's the problem. They sunk all this money into him, and he's been an unmitigated disaster the entire time, right? And they're just trying to get some sort of return on what they invested in this
Well,
guy.
look at the Broncos, though. The Broncos sunk a whole bunch of money into Russell Wilson. He was terrible for 2 years. What do? You say, we're going to eat that dead cat, and we're going to get the team cancer, the guy that is just ruining the vibes of this program. We're going to get him out of here, and we'll deal with the ramifications down the road. What happens? You have the largest dead cap hit in NFL history. You make the playoffs.
Well, that's because the Broncos have adults running the organization.
There it is.
How does this not,
There it is.
as a player thinking through it, how does this not split the team?
It absolutely splits the team.
I mean,
right?
look
Because
at
you
it from the
can't
op-
imagine that they love the guy there.
Like, is this going to be one we talked about where it's like the longest yard where the first snap goes and they go?
Oh, that would be incredible. That would be awesome.
Or the first time he goes, maybe they have to scramble. Yeah, can't quite get there to chip that guy for you.
I mean, at the end of the day, those guys are all professionals and earning their paychecks via, playing football. And so I don't think you'll see.
Yeah, but it's like,
that,
man,
but you got to have a cohesive locker room in order to be a great team. And let's be real, the Browns aren't going to be a great team no matter what.
And
so
I don't pretend to be in the room or to be a professional about what they're doing, but I thought Monken had a chance to really change the narrative in Cleveland.
Yep, I agree.
That's my looking on the outside in. He had a real chance as a new head coach trying to change everything about the culture in Cleveland. He had that opportunity, and I think he missed it.
Mm-hmm.
And they have
now, were there other factors above him? Could it have been a financial thing? Could it have been that? Like, I don't know. But from the surface, you let go, man, he had a chance. And again, whatever you think about Shedeur Sanders, he might be I think in those situations, they're not going to be that good. Why not make the decision, let the young kid let you know if he's going to be good enough to be in Cleveland, to be a starting quarterback in the NFL or not?
Well, and that's where I'm at here, because I think we all sit back and we go, the Browns probably not a playoff team. They have some pieces on that roster that I enjoy. I like. They got KC Conception, which is hilarious because KC is just it's Kevin Conception is his name.
Yep.
So KC stands for Kevin Conception. It's KC Conception. Anyway, that's an aside. I think he looks pretty good in preseason. It's an exciting piece that you have in the wide receiver core. Quinshon Judkins looked really, really good as a rookie last year. You had Mason Graham. You spent a lot of draft capital on him to get him in the first round, interior defensive lineman. You went and got the tackle out of Utah, Fano, this year, who I think has a world of potential playing the left tackle spot. Denzel Ward, you have in the defensive secondary. Like, as a team, no, they're not a playoff team, but you have pieces to build around. Why not, as Hooksy said, figure out if your young quarterback's got it or not? And if he doesn't, look, you'll probably be drafted pretty early in the draft this next year too, and you can go take a shot on another quarterback.
I mean,
but you have pieces to build around, but it's not like you're going all in on this season. So what's the rationale aside from the sunk cost fallacy for playing Deshaun Watson?
Look, they're taking.
You really think you're going to make a playoff run this year?
No,
maybe he is that much better than Shedeur.
That's maybe
right.
Maybe.
Like maybe that's
that's
the actual reason.
They do have an opportunity now. Early on, again, this could get worse before it gets any better there, because their first two road games, like, yeah, he's on the road at Jacksonville. They're over touchdown point underdogs. Then they got to go to Tampa Bay, which they'll probably be underdogs at Tampa Bay. Then you soften up just a little bit for the next 5 games. Carolina, Pittsburgh, at Jets. The Ravens are in there. Titans. It does soften up just a wee bit.
I mean, they're all still NFL teams.
I just think it's a decision that was like, again, I go back
you know
to
what I'll say? 2-5. That's what I'll say with that first 7 games.
Think he
2-5.
You think he was booed then?
Woo.
It'd be bad. But they're also lightening up their roster, though, more recently, too, with other players, right? With guys going back to college.
Oh, my gosh. That is an incredible story right now. College football as we know it. Like, we already thought it was gone in spots. The story of the tight end.
Daquan Wright.
Daquan Wright was originally signed, I believe, by the Eagles after the draft. And then he was claimed on waivers by the Browns August 11th. He is now, the sources are saying, he's being waived or has been waived. No, they've waived. They waived the tight end, who now has an agreement in place for the 2026 season to play for LSU if he clears waivers. What is happening?
Well, did you hear what Todd Monken had to say? He said, "Ain't this bleep crazy? I wondered why Lane Kiffin called me a week ago. Now I know. I didn't call him back. I guess I should have."
That's my favorite part of that entire if that entire statement is the fact that Lane called him and he didn't call him back.
Yeah, he's like, nope, not talking to that guy. Oh, That's what he wanted to talk about.
Probably should have touched base.
If there's anyone in college football to be the first person to do this, it is fitting it's Lane Kiffin.
Oh, I love the fact that Lane's already doing Lane things,
Yeah.
man. I love that.
Lane doesn't care what anyone thinks. Lane wants to win.
He's talking to rosters, NFL rosters.
Oh, 100% he
This
is.
is gross. This is
It's
terrible
gross.
for college
He's going to pick
football.
up Deshaun when he gets waived next year.
It's a terrible. It's a disgusting look for college football.
Guys have signed professional contracts. Whether it's an actual deal or whether it's a training camp invite, regardless, it's a professional contract.
I
Yep.
mean, NBA, right? We're seeing it in college basketball. We're going to see it there. We'll
Well,
see it in hockey.
We're not allowing judges in different states are just going, yes.
Yep.
Allow that. Allow this. Allow that. Oh boy, it's disgusting.
It's
All right.
the
I
problem.
I don't even know what to say about it. It's just like I read that and I'm like, there's no way.
The problem is, and from an in between the white lines point of view, I think the sport of college football, the game itself, the talent you see every single Saturday is as good as it's ever been. But it's everything that is off the field with the commercial breaks and the watchability of college football,
Yep.
the transfer portal craziness, guys in the NFL that are coming back and trying to play college football. So much of the game feels broken off the field. But whenever you're watching the game, like it's actually going down in between the white lines, you're not sitting in a commercial break or you're not sitting there on a college football Saturday morning trying to remember who's playing for who because of the transfer portal. The game, it's in a good spot. Like the game itself is great, but everything else feels so broken.
I agree with that.
A lot
That's
of
a good way to put it.
Yep, great way.
That's a really good way to put it.
Let's take another break.
Let's just
You wanna stay?
30 seconds left.
Oh, we kept it rolling. Look, oh my,
Look at us. Just
I don't know
messing
if
up those
I
sponsors
feel like
left and right.
like we're really good, but I didn't do my job this first hour.
I blame
Or I did a
Elijah.
disservice to the people.
You blame me.
Dr. Dane.
Yeah,
Todd.
of course I do.
Dr.
You're the guy in the
Dane-
booth.
Yes. DrDaneTodd.com, 4244-4012. When we come back, Major League Baseball, golf, and a whole lot more. Thanks, Doc. Appreciate you. Have a
See you,
great day.
boys.
We'll be right back.
Hey, it's Schmidt
And Elijah from the Average Joe Sports Show.
talking all things Big Red.
Taking you through fall camp and getting you set for Game 1. Catch us Monday through Friday from 4 to 6 here on KFOR.
And KFORnow.com.
Why did Pete Ricketts spend millions to get himself appointed to the U.S. Senate? Ricketts knows D.C. is pay to play. Since going to D.C., Ricketts has increased his net worth almost 30%. He voted to lower his own taxes and made a killing dumping shares before a looming government shutdown. Meanwhile, he's opposed every serious attempt to ban congressional stock trading. Nebraskans can't afford lawmakers enriching themselves while our costs go through the roof. Tell Senator Ricketts to support the Ban Congressional Stock Trading Act now. This communication paid for by Nebraska Groundswell.
Hi, David Brooks here, founder and president of Retire Smart. If you search the word retirement online, you'll likely be overwhelmed with the results. There's probably a lot of junk out there. You shouldn't have to scour the web to find the good stuff. That's why Retire Smart now offers a free retirement toolkit. It gives you a wealth of tools and knowledge to help you find out if, in fact, you're on the right track and you can enjoy the retirement you deserve. In this guide, you're going to get information on taxes, medical expenses, legacy planning, and much more. You're also going to get a copy of my brand new book, Don't Just Retire, Retire Smart. It's all in the toolkit. To request your complimentary copy today, call or text the word KIT to 402-999-4877. That's 402-999-4877.
Smart Wealth LLC is a federally registered investment advisor under the Investment Advisors Act of 1940 and an affiliate of Retire Smart. Registration as an investment advisor does not apply a certain level of skill or training. Information about Smart Wealth LLC can be found by visiting www.advisorinfo.sec.gov and searching by the advisor's name.
Every year, summer ends and the kids go back to school. This year, I'm going back too, at My Computer Career. They'll help me get the skills and certifications that can get me noticed by top employers in months, not years. Now I'm on a fast track to a high-demand IT career where the rewards can finally match my value. Visit mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. That's mycomputercareer.edu. It's never too late to go back to school.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She could get a deal, but telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance. Free money for back to school? Back to school giveaway is here. And all you have to do is sign up at KFORnow.com to win $2,000 of free money. Could be just a few clicks away. So sign up daily at KFORnow.com.
If you live in Nebraska and feel like your cost of living is going up, you're not imagining it, and you're not alone. Gas prices have gone up 60% this year alone. Groceries just had the biggest price hike in years, while healthcare is up 20%. These price hikes come to you directly from Congress. The war in Iran is driving up gas prices. Tariffs have made everyday goods more expensive, while cuts from the big beautiful bill have closed rural hospitals and driven up medical costs. Learn more at nebraskagroundswell.org/costs.
You got your very own handyman to help remodel your home.
They have so many things to look at with the countertops, vanities, mirrors, all the lighting, all the faucets, all the hardware, different toilets, shower stalls. You name it, they would have it. Hi, I'm Kathy Schleif, and Handyman helped us greatly with our home bathroom remodeling project. I recently moved to South Dakota. It's amazing how staff is right there to help you. We did get a new toilet and the hardware to go with that, and a new ceiling fan for the bathroom at Handyman. We found a special toilet, so it has a skirt on the toilet, so you don't see the hardware. It's quiet. The bathroom fan is working great. It's actually sucking the moisture out like it should.
In August, save $50 on all vanity cabinets and $200 on walk-in tubs. For the very best in bathrooms, come to Handyman, under the arch on Sun Valley Boulevard, Lincoln.
Handyman.
Whether you're buying or selling your first home or your third, let the experts from Coldwell Banker NHS Real Estate guide you through the process. Listen to Start Moving for tips on buying and selling in today's world. Start Moving every Saturday morning at 9:30 on KFOR.
I went into the Good Feet store. I got fitted for the arch supports. It changed my life, and it could change yours too.
Visit the store at 27th and Pine Lake Road across from South Point Mall and at goodfeet.com.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Make plans to attend Brews at the Zoo Fall Festival, Friday, September 4th. Enjoy an evening of food, craft beer, and music at the Lincoln Children's Zoo, featuring seasonal brews from White Elm, Code Beer Company, Glacial Till, Stone Hollow, and more. Plus live music from Steady Wells and the Moore Brothers Band, a vendor market, and s'mores station. Brews at the Zoo Fall Festival, Friday, September 4th from 6 to 11 p.m. Find Brews at the Zoo at lincolnzoo.org for more info and to buy tickets. It's hummingbird season, and for the best selection of hummingbird feeders, supplies, and information to attract them, stop by Wild Bird Habitat, Alamo Plaza, 56 and Nebraska Parkway, or 4900 Dudley Street, Lincoln's backyard birding store since 1993. And shop Wild Bird Habitat's warehouse sale, August 28th through the 31st, for huge discounts on scratched, slightly dented, and discontinued bird feeders, bird houses, bird baths, and more at the Alamo Plaza location. Be an early bird. Get the best selections for your backyard birds at incredible savings.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
My mother was always very active and independent, and she was familiar with her neighborhood. But one day, she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. She wasn't even really sure where she was at.
It's important for you to talk to someone about it. I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, we'll figure it out.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Lincoln's local news, talk, sports, and weather station. FM 101.5, 1240 AM, KFOR, and KFRX HD3, Lincoln. From ABC News,
I'm Mike Dabusky. The trade war between the U.S. and Canada is escalating. President Trump posting on social media this morning that he's planning to increase tariffs on all cars and trucks made in Canada, along with auto parts and steel starting January 1st. This comes after the U.S. hiked tariffs on $20 billion worth of other imports from Canada to over 50% this weekend. U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer.
I think this is a little bit of a tempest in a teapot. The tariffs went into place over the weekend, which we warned about for a long time. They only cover about 5% of Canadian trade and only 0.06% of U.S. overall consumption.
The Trump administration is calling today Economic D-Day for Iran. The Treasury Secretary is now set to announce new sanctions on that country this afternoon, and now Iran is responding.
Iran says that not a single drop of oil will be exported through the Strait of Hormuz. As a response to this, we are possibly likely to see a resumption of its attacks on oil infrastructure across the Middle East.
ABC's James Longman. Outside Reno, Nevada, the Hawk Fire has forced some 40,000 people from their homes. The fires destroyed dozens of buildings, churned through 15,000 acres of land. ABC's Sophie Flay has the latest.
The annual Burning Man Festival is expected to bring some 80,000 people to the region. Many pass through Reno to stock up on supplies and stay in hotels. But with so many people displaced by the fire, locals are urging visitors to stay away, saying those resources are needed for evacuees.
Authorities in Nevada now say they believe the fire was human-caused. Electricity is slowly being restored across northwestern Indiana, where residents have been without power for almost 2 weeks. Amelia Lopez, who lives in Portage, got her electricity back yesterday.
We had to clap because it was very emotional. 13 days.
You're listening to ABC News.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250 micro. And yes, I told you so.
What we know so far about a couple of big motorcycle wrecks over the weekend, one of them turning deadly. Good morning, I'm Jeff Mode, 69 degrees at KFOR. A motorcycle collided Saturday evening with another vehicle at 56th and Lowell in southeast Lincoln. Police say a motorcyclist was northbound on 56th Street when the vehicle turned left from a driveway onto the street. The motorcyclist crashed in the vehicle. Police say that the motorcyclist before was speeding. LPD says the motorcyclist was taken to a Lincoln hospital with serious injuries. The driver of the other vehicle not seriously hurt. No citations have been issued at this time. Meanwhile, a crash involving 2 motorcycles in the Highlands area, northwest Lincoln, early Friday night has turned deadly. According to LPD, the preliminary investigation determined 2 motorcycles were southbound on Northwest 1st Street near West Grand Drive when they were involved in the collision. One driver suffered minor injuries. The other was taken to a Lincoln hospital with critical injuries. The 33-year-old driver at the hospital died from his injuries late Friday night. Nebraska Secretary of State's office announcing that signature thresholds have been met for both the Online Sports Wagering Authorization Constitutional Amendment petition and the Online Sports Wagering Regulation Initiative petition. Both are expected to appear on the 2026 Nebraska general election ballot November 3rd. To qualify, a constitutional amendment petition requires valid signatures from at least 10% of registered voters in Nebraska and at least 5% of registered voters in 38 of Nebraska's 93 counties. This afternoon, the Lincoln City Council set to vote on the mayor's proposed 2-year, $651 million city budget. That council meeting is set for 3 o'clock this afternoon. And back in session today for the fall semester are classes at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln and at Nebraska Wesleyan. Lincoln's first forecast for chance of showers and thunderstorms, otherwise becoming mostly sunny here later on this afternoon and a high of 84. Right now, 69 degrees in Lincoln. I'm Jeff Modes, KFOR News.
When is a calculator more than a calculator?
When it takes me from solving math problems
to exploring the universe.
Staples is your back-to-school destination. Find all the supplies and inspiration you need. Come in store this week for great deals under $1. Right now, Staples one-subject notebooks are just 25 cents each, and Staples composition books, 2 pocket poly folders, and 24-pack Crayola crayons are just 50 cents each. Staples, back to school. In-store only, ends 8/31/19. Limit 30 on notebooks, folders, and crayons.
Nobody builds a business without hearing a few reasons it won't work. Too risky, too crowded, too ambitious. But the people who move things forward usually hear those words first. Because growing a business takes more than optimism. It takes nerve, and eventually, a partner built for what's next. That's Next Rodeo. Big thinking, proven creative. For businesses still moving forward. Next Rodeo.
This is the Morning Hookup on KFOR.
Welcome back in the Morning Hookup, hour number 2. Special thanks there, as always, to the doctor, Dr. Dane Todd. Always good insights when you get to get into the mind of a former player, whether it be the transition into prep week, installation week, scout team. Good insights from the doctor. Appreciate him taking the time, as always.
And what I do appreciate as well, not playing golf, but watching it. Right now, I just want to watch because my hands hurt. What a weekend. What a weekend.
What a Sunday.
What a Sunday. There's so many different things to look at this because I'm going to look at it a lot of different ways. We're going to get to baseball in the hour number 2 as well because there's some races that are heating up in Major League Baseball. And a really cool event last night in baseball, one I enjoyed watching. And I don't watch many full baseball games anymore. I watched one last night. Pretty cool. The Little League Classic. Really cool. But Wyndham Clark goes into Sunday 5 ahead. Doesn't have his best until he gets to the final 3 holes.
Well, and Rory was
evaporated.
Yeah. And then Rory didn't have his best final 3 holes.
Does Roy just not? I was pulling for Actually, I wasn't. Clark is fine. I was not pulling for Roy McIlroy. He looked like, I don't know. He's missing the it for me. We were watching it. Me and the boys are watching it. He's missing that it. How many, we're like, watch this. He's going to miss this, but it'll be really close, but he's going to miss it. He didn't have it. Wyndham Clark showed him and goes, I have it. He's 3 over par. Ends up even par, winning it. Wins the purse of $3.6 million. Cantlay finishes second. Well, I would get into him a little bit, too, about what he did yesterday and how much more he improved, playing his way into the top. Gary Woodland, my goodness, what a story. Is there a better golf story as of late?
I mean, he was outside the top 30 and finishes, 21st?
Yes.
Or 18th, excuse me. 18th.
Now, I'm going to tell you why that's important. I'm going to get into why all this is important, where these guys placed at. If you're in the top 30, number 1, 2-year exemptions. Some of them don't need them. A lot of them do. 2-year exemptions. All the majors, all signature events, cash money. Okay, and you got a 2-year extension on your life and your career. I mean your career life, right?
Your life and your
life and your career. But some of these guys, Scotty Scheffler doesn't have the grace. Do you see that story about him? What he said after his round,
dealing with the
hand, foot, mouth.
Oh
my goodness!
Which isn't that super contagious?
I thought it was too. But here's the deal. So let's talk about the guys. So you got 2. Now you got the Tour Championship this weekend. And I love it because everybody, what I like to call, they lay on their bellies this week. You're all even par. Whoever wins the tournament will be crowned FedEx Cup champion.
Yeah. Wipe all the points away.
Wipe it all away. You'll be crowned FedEx Cup champion. Is it 10 million? What is it? 20 million? I don't even know. The purse is 40 million this week for the top 30. Okay. So there's a lot going on. So it doesn't matter anymore if you are Ryan Fox. Why did you say Ryan Fox? Because he's number 30. He got in. From Ryan Fox to number 1 in the world, Scotty Scheffler, you can win this thing. There's some great stories. Now, the bonuses were handed out yesterday. People don't realize it. So you go out, you win a tournament. Wyndham Clark made $3.6 million yesterday. The 30 are defined. they handed out the PGA bonuses now. So if you finished, it's incredible, the money. Ryan Fox gets in. His bonus, $460,000 at 30. Now, they're paid out in two different ways. They're paid out in a cash and a 1-year deferment to a pension plan. Kitayama, who just missed out, I mean, again, this is good money. $319,000.
Well, in the
big difference.
The big difference, Ryan Fox gets $215,000 of that now.
Yep.
Kitayama only gets $75,000 of that
only
now.
75 now. Now, talk about some of those guys, the Cantlays of the world that played his way. He was 30th for a long time. He played his way. So we just talked about the money, right? Cantlay was at 460. He was at 30. He was where Ryan Fox was. His finish and all the other factors, $630,000 in his bonus payout. Gary Woodland, $650. He was 51, I believe. No, 31. He was outside when he started this.
I think
round.
he was 38.
Yes.
I think 38. Well, the three guys that played their way in, Bobby Mack, Patrick Cantlay, Gary Woodland.
And Bobby Mack was a guy that he shot 80-something, 81, 88 last week, the week before, and withdrew after round one.
Mm-hmm. Comes back, good weekend, back into the top 30. That's at the expense. Three guys that drop out. Bud Colley, Ricky Fowler, and then the guy we just talked about, Kurt Kitayama.
Fowler just couldn't get anything. He was so close. But you look at the top guys, they talking about like Scotty Scheffler. See his bonus?
$22 million right now. And then another $1 million deferred.
He's got 23 total million, $22 million in cash.
Well, and Wyndham, by jumping up into third, earns himself an extra $1.5 million. He gets $7 million now and $1 million deferred.
Yeah. $23 million. Scotty Scheffler for being number one. Fitzpatrick, good payday as well as number two. $13 million. 12 now, 1 deferred. There were big days for people yesterday to move up these boards. Career changes. You look at some guys out there. I don't know their status, where their exemptions are, but Jacob Bridgman, don't know. Maybe big for him. Finished 13th, 2-year extension on career. Ryan Garrard, 2 years. Gary Woodland, he's a guy that this is going to help.
Big time.
Because over time, extension or privileges go away when you don't win enough or, throw a victory in. So this will be made for TV this week. Now that the top 30 will go at it, Tour Championship, and a lot of big stuff at stake. Tommy Fleetwood looks to defend the title and become FedEx Cup champion. It was a great Sunday of golf. Roy just got to me. I don't know. I just watched him flopping around.
I mean, he was going to hole 16, well in contention to win it, and then he drives it into a bunker, goes bunker to bunker, bogeys, and that pretty much ended it.
Well, the layup. See the layup? His layup went one from over the bunker on 17 into a bunker.
I think it was 16.
Well, whichever the par 5 was, because the par 5 was whatever the par 5. So we were watching. So this is the fun we had watching this. A couple of buddies over, and we were kind of watching live odds. So, and live odd golf is amazing to watch. So Wyndham Clark, par 5, hits it in that bunker.
Yeah, I guess so. Rory didn't go into the bunker.
He went over it.
He went over it, but was in a bad lie.
No, it was bad lie. But Wyndham goes into the bunker, and the odds it flipped a little bit more to Rory.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rory hits it and went back. Well, Rory's layup went into that, over the bunker, bad lie, into the bunker, and then it was over.
And he
chunks one in another bunker. He blades one across.
Yep.
He looked like us. Oh, did you see the most relatable moment in all of golf on that round? Gary Woodland. Did you see this?
I did not.
Go look up Gary Woodland topped drive.
Oh, I did see this. Yep.
I wanted to give Gary a hug because I'm like, thank you for making me feel just like you.
That was the best part. I told you I was out in a scramble yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We as a team finished 6 under, but most importantly, I think my driver, was my best club of the day.
Yeah.
Which it's been a long time since my driver's
hand positioning.
The hand positioning, it just felt it felt smoother.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about the drive was feeling good. Now, some of my iron play left
to be
something
desired.
to be desired.
That's okay.
And the putter was nice too.
Look, it's that whole thing. Me and my buddies were talking about this, and again, not an expert at this, but I do know that. Whoa, coordinator, what's up? Keeping the ball in front of you and out of penalty areas helps you improve your score. That's not new in any sport, like golf. Because him and I were talking about how low you're hitting. I said, well, you start with this. Start with wherever your drive is, know you can play it and you're laying 1. Don't know that you're not hitting 3 from the same tee box that you hit it out of bounds. And then I told him, it's like, whatever club you want to play, it doesn't have to be driver. What if 3-wood is your club of choice off tee box, but off tee boxes. And then the rest you'll get to, like the chipping, putting, all that. Like you end up getting to it.
No, see, Corner says the driver shot on the stream yesterday was a total slice. It wasn't. It ended up in play. It was not the best shot of the scramble group. We did not use it, but it was in play. I hit draws. Folks don't know. I hit draws. So it starts off a little right, and then it came back. And it, from what I think happened, was that it landed in the fairway, and then the fairway was slanted to the right, and it knocked it off into the rough. But it was findable. It was a decent shot. It just wasn't the best shot of the group. Probably not my best drive in the day. It was just off the fairway by about. Oh,
they said it wasn't the correct fairway.
By about 2 feet.
In the correct fairway.
Yeah, of course. There was only one fairway to find on that one. People on the street, you can't see that shot, and I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Was it the best drive of the group? No. Was it second best? Yes.
Oh,
it was just in the rough, off the fairway, and we're cool with it. But I hit draws, so I don't know. Everyone was thinking that it wasn't going to be findable.
I did not hit draws. About 100 yards in between playable and being a good shot.
I'd say if it was...
I don't know where this is going, but I like this commentary.
If it was 30 yards up and left...
It sounded good at least.
It would have been a perfect shot, but it was still very, very playable.
Sounded good at least.
I had no complaints with that shot. It did sound
I agree. Coordinator said I liked how Clark was interacting with the gallery even after a bad hole. He was locked in. Roy, to me, was just like, see you next week. I'm in the Tour Championship.
We got to find a time. We got to do it. We got to coordinate with Schmitty and YZ. We got to get the Bill Hooks and YZ scramble team against the Schmitty and Elijah scramble team.
Let's go.
We got to find a time before football season, because once football season rolls around, we're not going to have time.
Yeah, we don't have many weeks left.
There we go. 1 weekend.
What are you doing this weekend? So golf continues. It's gonna be awesome.
Saturday I'm booked, but Sunday I'm free. Sunday afternoon. Little Sunday afternoon. Well, we'll have to.
I'm stat checking myself. Calendar checking myself.
I'll also check myself.
Well, this one doesn't have anything on it.
Yes, Sunday afternoon.
This one doesn't have anything on it. Let's see this calendar. And then I also have to do one other thing. I just got to check my social calendar with my wife, the boss.
We got to check in with Schmitty and YZ. But see if we can make this work.
I'm down. So, all right, let's take a break. Come back. Golf continues. If you had a chance to watch this week, it's going to be awesome. The Tour Championship, great stuff. The final there. And also, by the way, with that, they got it done. Sorry, I meant to mention this too, is that the 6 qualifiers are set. They're set now. After this tournament, they're set. Automatic qualifiers for the President's Cup. Number 1, Scotty Scheffler, Cameron Young, Wyndham Clark, Sam Burns, Russell Henley, Colin Morikawa, but by the way, had a phenomenal Sunday itself as well. So a lot was established after that tournament yesterday. So all right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll go around the diamond, Major League Baseball.
Do we have Evan?
Oh, we do have Evan. My bad. Dang it. See, I'm all, I don't even have it down. I had a blank because I was blanking out this morning.
It was a long weekend.
Well, you telling me. It wasn't long. Like we kept it together really well. Great time. Boy, we busted out the senior yearbook. Made it up to the lake. My mom, all the baseball stories came out. It was one of my best favorites one because I'm always thought as a pitcher, even in my best friend's circle. But I played second and short in high school. But I pitched a lot more. But I was always hit too. somebody too, but they're all like, who hit the best? Man, I was the best hitter. Blah, blah, blah. They were going back and forth. My mom had a book. And again, it's missing about 7 games in it because she's got the other one. Through I had stats through 16 games. She had it printed out and put in my senior baseball book for me. They were going back and forth. I'm like, all right. So I said, well, one of you hit. So I'll give you the stats. One of us hit 310 through 16 games. One of us hit 360. One of us hit 396.
Ooh, wow. You hit 310. No, you hit 396. Wow.
I go, boys, I was leading the crowd.
Wow.
They go, what about home runs? I went, well, one of you hit 1. One of you hit 2. Somebody hit 4. I was 2, by the way. I hit 2 through 16 games. Another buddy hit 4. And then the debate started. There was a massive debates. It was a lot of fun just having those guys there. Because one buddy couldn't make it, but we were 1 through 4 in the lineup. Juniors, both 1 through 4 the entire year.
I do have to ask you now that I have this pulled up here. Does this look like a slice to you?
Oh, you have it? It's on video?
Oh, let's pull that down.
No, you pushed that dead right. It looks pushed.
But it drew.
Did it draw?
Yeah,
okay.
It draws.
I can't tell. It just looks like you pushed it.
I hit draws.
Okay. Like that makes more sense because that looked like it came off like this, but it does come back.
Yeah.
See, mine goes, I'm a left to right ball flight guy.
I'm almost always draws.
I like to call it a power fade. Not a lot of power, but we're going to call it a power fade. Well, I don't hit this one.
Corey says Elijah's being kind of sensitive about it. And it's because I stepped up on stream and hit a good drive and nobody believes me. That's why I'm being sensitive about it. I thought I was going to absolutely smoke it into the trees, and I actually hit a good one. Everyone's like, oh, no way. That's why I'm being sensitive. You know, the pressure of stepping up on live video and hitting a good one, and then everyone's like, no chance that's a good one. I better get Evan on the line here.
Yeah. Thanks for keeping me in check here. Welcome back in the morning hookup. We had to punt this segment because my brain ain't right yet. I'm getting back. Let's bring our guy from my word held, Evan Bland. Evan, happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Oh, we got a lot to get to. A lot of fun. Hey, Elijah, will you paint the picture again for Evan to kick off this segment about media members and fans about bye weeks?
The bye week is the week that in media you look forward to. You get to sit down, get some things done around the house potentially, watch some college football, because Saturdays for your friends that you listen to in Husker media, the fall is a busy time, and Saturdays it's a long day for the folks in media. I don't want to say I'm already looking forward to the bye week, but once we get a couple weeks into the season, that first bye week's going to hit really nice.
Yeah, you circle it on the calendar, and I guess some of it depends on your season of life. Like there was a time when I'm like, man, I'm getting out of town on a vacation with friends at that time. Mm-hmm. Now it becomes like, hey, what are the family going to do? What kind of trip can we take? Sometimes you just want to lay low and watch football all day like that. I think that's probably the part that is maybe the most underrated is like, usually we're in this line of work, at least in part, because we love college football. And so we track it and follow it as much as possible on a given Saturday. But like, there's just, something about being able to stay home and do the full fan thing, following other games without having to write or broadcast or whatever it might be on a given week. So it's a nice change of pace for sure on occasion. But I would also say that I'm team 1 bye week in the season as opposed to 2. I know we've had the schedule or the calendar has fallen in such a way where there've been, a couple bye weeks, I would say, in the last handful of years. Give me just the 1. Like, I think 2 breaks up the momentum or the flow a little bit too much, but there's no doubt if you get that midweek or that mid-season bye week, that can hit pretty sweet too.
Well, Evan, before we get to a bye week, got a lot of Husker football to get into. They've wrapped up fall camp, and game prep will probably start at some point this week, but you really dive into it full bore next week. We're almost there, but this is also the time of the off season where it's like, man, we've kind of exhausted what we can talk about coming out of fall camp. There are position battles. It's kind of the time now where it's all right, we just got to wait and see it on the field.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, Anthony Calandra is the starting quarterback. That's official. How does that number 2 spot look? The second corner, I suppose, is still another area where you're looking for a little bit of finality, and maybe that won't come until game week as things play out a little bit more. I will say, I think one of the interesting pieces still yet to be determined between now and kickoff is the single-digit aspect that they've introduced. Like, I think, and Matt Rule touched on it on Saturday and made a really good point where he said this is a player honor, and it always has been, but how does that dynamic change in the portal era when you've got a guy like Anthony Calandra who, by all accounts, has been a leader? He's on his 3rd school in 3 years, or you have Anthony Jones at defensive end who's on his 5th school in 5 years. Like, is it a situation where it's ideal for guys like that to be the leaders because they're producing and setting the tone? Does that say something else about the program? If guys who have been on campus for less than a year are already viewed by their teammates as like the standard bearers. So, like, I just think that part's really interesting. And Matt Rule said, hey, you hope it's not a popularity contest and that it's more of a reflection on the work that the guys put in. And so I think there's certainly a handful of guys that come to mind for me when I think of maybe who embodies that standard. But I just think, again, with so much turnover on the rosters in college football in general, and then certainly with what Nebraska has, how many returners, guys who had those last year come back with them versus players, again, who are older, who have maybe that experience elsewhere. What's that breakdown? I think that'll be really interesting.
Again, we're speaking to Evan Blam and Omaha World Herald. Evan, we mentioned Calandra. He's been announced as starting quarterback, by no surprise. But give us some thoughts and some insights. Again, I started looking and thinking about coordinators and coaches, but about the relationship and maybe a vision of the relationship between Dana and a quarterback like Anthony Calandra, and how that match is going to be made. Because you feel like over time, maybe not just with Dana, but with other coordinators at the OC, there just hasn't been a really, we haven't swiped right and landed on the good match yet, but maybe you got one now.
Yeah, no, that's a good analogy. I mean, their personalities are interesting. Like Dana Holgorsen, you kind of know what you're going to get with him. He's going to be blunt and straightforward in what he thinks of what you can do. And I think Anthony Calandra, as Matt Rule has said, and some other guys too, like he's going to be a guy who is who he is. And like, I think with both of those guys, there's no sort of pretense there. There's no trying to impress. Like you're very much, you are who you are. And that's been good enough for both of them in their football careers, with obviously Holgorsen as a head coach and an accomplished coordinator, and Calandra being a starter now at his 3rd college football program. So I think the personality piece makes sense. I think the skill set piece as well. I mean, Anthony Calandra brings a mobility that Holgorsen has said many times he has never really had as a play caller. So it allows you to be a little less perfect in what you do call, because the guy can roll out and scramble and make something out of nothing if something breaks down on the first read or the second read. So I think that piece is there. I think the big arm is another piece for a coordinator who likes to take some chances and throw it deep on occasion. Like, to watch Calandria is to remember that this guy does have a cannon for an arm and can throw it downfield at times. And then I think the other piece that Holgerson mentioned in camp was like, you know, during the portal process, like what a guy can do based on his film, but you don't always know how he's able to study, how well he can retain information, grasp an offense. And he said that's something that has been really impressive to him too. I mean, Calandria doesn't even wear a wristband with plays on them. Like, he knows what he's doing and he knows what everyone else around him is doing. So in that sense, he's sort of like a coach on the field as well. So it does, on paper and in practice, look like this is a good pairing. I mean, we'll have to see how it plays out, and you assume Calandria stays healthy and all the rest, but it does seem like, just intangibly and in what you want in that relationship between a coordinator and a quarterback, that it does seem like it's a good pairing there that Nebraska has.
Evan Bland with us here from the Omaha World Herald, talking some Husker fall camp thoughts. And Evan, the other guy in the backfield, the running back position, I mean, it is feeling as fall camp goes along that, especially early, but maybe throughout, this could be a running back by committee type of offense. And we've spent a lot of time talking about that, but generally speaking, if it is running back by committee, what do you want to see from that running back room? What would be the right pairing in your eyes next to Anthony Calandria?
Yeah, I think if it's a committee, you want to see, I mean, you want to use the committee to your strength. And I guess by that, I mean, you want to be able to rotate in a way that guys are fresh consistently, like use that to your advantage. And I think maybe even more so, it's a committee that has different skill sets. Like Mekhi Nelson's sort of that home run threat kind of guy. Isaiah Mosey, as a former receiver, is someone you feel comfortable, splitting out or catching passes, maybe being part of the screen game, maybe a little bit more versatile on the outside. And then Jamal Rule, maybe the most well-rounded or traditional skill set. He's probably the guy most likely to run between the tackles and show off a little bit more toughness. You got Quentin Ives, who can, I think, still be in that mix for the short yardage back as well. So that's probably maybe the thing we don't talk about as much with the running back group is like, yeah, there hasn't been that separation from the number one guy like we've seen with Emmett Johnson for the previous two seasons, but you can use like the best parts of those guys in different ways, like I just described, where that can bring you a little bit more versatility with the offense and maybe a little bit more explosiveness than they've had at times. And so I think you pair all that with the fact that this offensive line is veteran and probably going to be a strength of this team. And, oh, by the way, if you're a defense, you have to watch for Calandria keeping the ball and scrambling on his own. So I think all of those other parts of what the offense has will actually help the running backs settle in. But I do think in their own right, if they're deployed strategically, they can be, approaching the effectiveness that we saw from Emmett Johnson last year at times.
Speaking of like versatility and DPA, Coach Rowe was asked about that on the defensive side, and he went quickly to the defensive ends, and you looked at that, and he gave you 8 or 9 names out of that group. The thoughts. Sometimes when you hear about 8 or 9 names, I know he named a couple, probably in the third team. Sometimes you get a little worried because you're like, we have 8, but we have none, maybe 1. But that'll be a room that's looked at as well, that whole defensive front. But thoughts on that room and who emerges out of that, and what kind of results does Nebraska need to have on that end to see some changes being made on the defensive side?
Yeah, defensive end specifically. Like, we've had the conversation about defensive line and how you can stop the run. Like, those edge spots, like a big part of that is, can you hold the edge? Like, you think about how the season unraveled late last year. I mean, Penn State, Iowa, and Utah, they controlled the edge. Like, when they wanted to run out and around Nebraska, they could do it because their offensive linemen were able to wall off what Nebraska was doing on the edge. And so you have the the scheme changed to now a 4-man front, which I think does help guys individually and is probably better suited for stopping the run in the Big Ten. But then, I mean, yeah, you have a little bit more depth as well. So I think, Cam Lenhart is a guy that I would look for to make a jump this year. Williams Winery is really interesting as a former 5-star guy. Like, can he take that next step as someone who gets after the quarterback? And I mean, he clearly has the physical ability to settle in. Like, is this the next thing for him? Anthony Jones, who we talked about, 5th-year guy, has played a lot of football at a lot of places, knows what he's doing. What does that look like for him? Willis McGahee, who maybe hasn't been talked about a ton, but like, he redshirted last year because I didn't really feel like he was ready to go, and he stayed. And what can he do? Maybe potentially. So, and there are other guys beyond that. So I think kind of a similar deal that we're talking about with depth in the Big Ten, and maybe even a little bit more pronounced on that line where you're probably not going to ask a guy to play 70 or 80 snaps in the trenches. Like, you want to have maybe 30 of their best snaps when you're ready to go, when you're ready to pressure the quarterback or set that edge. Push the running back inside to let your tackles and your linebackers clean up. So it's a good sign. Like, if that's where you want depth, I think probably more than a lot of positions on the field. Now guys have to go out and perform and show that they can do it. But I think just the fact that Matt Rule was willing to name that position as one where he feels like there is quality depth, where they can go 2 or even 3 deep on the depth chart, like that, I think probably gives you as much encouragement as just about anything that was said in camp, that maybe Nebraska short up that defensive front in a way that can help them win some more games in the Big Ten.
Evan Blaine with us here. And Evan, once September 5th does roll around, what 1 or 2 positions are you going to be most intrigued to watch? Because there's position battles. There's areas where Nebraska went and bolstered in the portal. Just an offseason of change for the Husker football program. So if you were to circle 1 or 2 positions that you're going to be most interested to watch against Ohio, what 1 or 2 are you going with?
I think the secondary is really interesting. Like, I do think that's a position group that has the potential to be maybe Nebraska's best or right up there with the offensive line, possibly. And there's some turnover, but like, I want to see what Jameer Khan looks like as a safety. I mean, by all accounts, he sort of embodies that gritty philosophy that Nebraska is trying to build itself on. You've got Dwayne McDougal, who comes in there, is sort of almost like a player coach because of his familiarity with the Orich scheme. You want to see what Andrew Marshall looks like, 2nd year in the Big Ten, taking on some of the best receivers that the other team throws out week in, week out. Donovan Jones at nickel is really fascinating to me. Like, the way that people have talked about him, his teammates have talked about him as a future high NFL draft pick. Like, I want to see that in action. And then how that second corner spot plays out too. I mean, is it going to be the speedy Victor Evans? Is that going to be Jeremiah Charles, in his 3rd year in the program developing? Is that going to be Danny Odom, like the former 5-star true freshman who comes in? Like, I think that's a group that has some depth. I think you're confident in Addison Williams, the secondary coach, with what he's able to do. And, if you're able to limit what opponents do in the passing game, then that just makes things all the simpler for your front 7 as well. So that's the position that probably doesn't get talked about as much as the O-line, but like, to me, could be one of the reasons Nebraska wins a lot of games this year. And I think they have a lot of depth, and it's going to be fun to see those guys operate.
Hey, Evan, when you look at the first 3 games, the first 5, but the first 3, Elijah and I were talking about this with Dane Todd earlier about measuring success in the first 3 games and what that looks like besides winning the football game. That's one out there, right? You're going to hopefully win 3 games out there. But when you look at this and this squad, whether it be at quarterback or what the line looks like on both sides of the ball, what are some other things that will show you success? I threw out to Dane. I'm like, you know what? I would love to see that we haven't seen in a long time, because we need our two deep to get in this football game. They got to be in at least 3 of these games and for some development. But just some of the success points that you'll look at, because a lot of fans are going to go, well, it was Ohio, Bowling Green, and North Dakota. You should have did what you did.
Right. Yeah, I think you get into the second half of those games, you'd love to see your depth pieces in there getting some reps, because, and it's not just for future years. Like in some cases, those are guys who you may be calling upon in November if injuries or other things pop up. And sometimes guys do make big jumps during the course of a season. So I think that's certainly an important thing to look at. And I think it's just a lot of the things that you sort of label as question marks. Like you want to see things that sort of assuage that a little bit. Like you want to see limited, if any, turnovers from the quarterback position, right? Like that's something that you'd love to see. And it doesn't necessarily mean Nebraska is going to score on every drive, but if they're not scoring, are they punting versus did they throw an interception or is somebody fumbling? I think you look at the defensive front as well and say, okay, well, it looked like they've upgraded and stopping the run was an issue last year. Is that an issue this year? And it doesn't, again, mean you're going to get gashed or not, but can you be assignment sound, and can you hold guys on third and medium or third and short? Like I just think a lot of those little things that you want to see play out need to play out. There's depth at receiver, but like, can those guys go out and catch some difficult balls and be explosive in the different ways that we've seen them do in the past? Like if you're asking for these things to occur in the Big Ten when the competition level ratchets up, like you should logically see a lot of these things manifest against teams that don't have nearly the talent or the resources that you do too. So yeah, obviously you want to win the game. I think you want to win the games comfortably, certainly to where in the second half or at the very least by the fourth quarter, you've got guys out there for development purposes and for rest purposes, because I mean, real quick, you flip that switch to a 9-game Big Ten schedule and you're out in East Lansing and you've got Maryland coming to town. And you want to avoid injuries and be as healthy and fresh as you can be. So I think there's strategy like within those individual games, but also just in the bigger picture of the season. How do you maximize your ability to hang with some of these other Big Ten teams later on? I think all that will factor in these first 3 weeks.
Also, Evan, before I get you out of here, something that doesn't sleep is recruiting in baseball. They've added a couple in the last 7 to 9 days out there. And talk about those guys. They're 27 kids. I know a lot of times we're looking ahead at 28 and adding arms and things like that, but you got an outfielder that seems like he can run just a touch, and a local lefty that'll be joining the squad in 2027.
Yes, that's true. Baseball continues to do its thing. The outfielder commit, Isaac Feller from the Minneapolis, St. Paul area, really interesting guy, flashed like a really high-end 60-yard dash speed and an exit velocity north of 100 miles per hour, which are both really high-end numbers analytically for a high school prospect. So he gets a Nebraska offer and commits on the strength of that. So fascinating kind of speed power prospect there who will be on campus for the 28 season. And then they get a kid out of Lincoln North Star, I believe the first ever Nebraska baseball player to come from Lincoln North Star, Landon Steiger. Yeah, left-hander, third lefty in that 2027 class. That's an area where Nebraska's been a little bit light, I think, the last season or so, and maybe light this upcoming season, is pitching from the left-hand side. So they bring in Steiger, who had a strong Legion summer, who, multiple pitches, upper 80s, low 90s velocity, that's going to continue to trend upward. And so you never know, especially with lefties, how that translates into the college game. But certainly that's been a priority and a cool deal for him to get that opportunity as a Lincoln kid too.
Awesome. Well, Evan, man, thank you for hanging out. It's great stuff as always, my friend. Take care of yourself. We'll talk to you real soon.
Appreciate you guys. See ya.
Thanks, Evan. Evan Bland on My World Herald. Great stuff from him as always. Football roll. We got baseball still going on. Let's take our final break and come back with stories that we missed. Did you see On3's bowl projection?
Yes. We can get into this. Bowl projections at this point.
They're whoever's doing them, not picking on them. It could be whatever big outfit. It's dumb.
Well, it's clickbait.
Yep.
And let's be clear, we have this conversation every December.
We do.
If it's not the playoff, who cares? awesome. You got some bowl practices and you got one more game to sit back and enjoy watching the team's backups for the year go compete against the other team's backups for the year.
Opt-outs and all the good stuff.
Opt-outs and transfer portal and the key players are 8 times out of 10 not playing. So we can get into that.
Yeah, there's some other stuff out there.
Saw our good friend Will Wilson yesterday tweeting about, could the Royals make the postseason? Buddy, no.
Where are you? Get from out. What? No. What? Didn't we quit looking at them? I mean, they're 7.5 out of the wild card.
Yeah, he said odds are crazy low, but winning on the road would help. KC is last in the MLB with road wins.
All right, then
they have 31 games left, and they're still.
How many are on the road?
Well, they're 9-1 in their last 10, but they're still 58-74.
And assuming gain no ground,
you got to go win. You got to go 30-1.
They're still 11 out.
Yeah. Again, you got to go at 30-1.
Yeah. Not happening. I do a little baseball tomorrow. There's a lot going on there.
Coming back.
Welcome back in the morning hookup. A few moments left. Thanks for hanging out with us. Special thanks to Evan Bland with the Omaha World Herald. Looks to be a beautiful day outside. I can see the reflection. There's a lot of blue skies, it looks like. I like this, though. Should we do stories that we missed?
The stories we miss. The morning hookup.
What? Probably not a story, but like, did you get a chance? I watch it. I don't watch a lot of full baseball games anymore. Major League. Watch a ton of college. Cool thing they do. Little League Classic last night. Brewers and the Braves. Good matchup. Good game out there. But it's really cool to watch the kids and all the little leaguers get to come out and they get the interactions. And it, to me, you know what it does? It takes the game back to its roots. There's no challenges. They're not equipped for it. It's kind of cool. Pure form. All the kids are out watching. Braves got it done 4-2 in that game.
It's the couple of different games. We have the Little League Classic. You have the Field of Dreams game that feels like it's bringing baseball back to its roots. Right? I said it after the Field of Dreams game. Like, I've umpired plenty of high school baseball games that are in a cornfield somewhere where, hey, right behind that dugout on the right field side, hey, there's a cornfield. Or, hey, you're hitting it into the corn if you hit a home run in the outfield. Like, it's real for baseball around here. Same with Little League. It just kind of brings baseball back to its roots. At the end of the day, baseball especially, but all of the major sports that we love watching are child's games at their heart. And then there's just certain people that are lucky enough to turn it into a career. So it's fun to kind of bring back the games that we love back to the roots of what they are, where you see, I mean, hockey being played outdoors with the Winter Classic. Like that's what hockey is. You see baseball being played in a field of corn or being played at essentially what feels more like a Little League stadium. Like, it just is it's what the game is all about. So that was cool.
It just, it was so awesome. I don't know. I enjoyed watching it. We watched it last night. And again, the Classic, but it was the Braves. You know, I'm a big Braves fan. They needed a win last night too.
We talked a little bit of football back in hour one. Some Huskers in the NFL with some big performances
Yeah.
this weekend. Emmett Johnson scores his first touchdown in a Chiefs uniform, and Ty Robinson picks up 2 sacks for the Eagles. He has been among their second unit defensive line, really standing out this year. That is a talented Eagles defensive line. But being a rotational piece along the defensive line is not a bad place to be. And I think Ty, based on what he's shown this preseason, has really shown himself to be a rotational piece for the Eagles.
Did you see that game? I just saw somebody wrote about it, that I did not realize this. In that KC Tampa Bay game, how many former Huskers were in it?
Oh, yeah. 7.
You had Emmett Johnson in it, Singleton Wright, John Bullock, Nash, Ben Scott, and Henry Levitsky.
Letovsky.
Yes. So that's cool.
I will say here, Ty Robinson, in thus far 6 quarters of preseason work, 3 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 4 quarterback hits, 6 total pressures.
He's been good.
Vic Fangio speaking on Ty Robinson, saying he's coming to life. He's been on life support since he's been here, but he's come back to life. So that's what the preseason training camps look like for Ty Robinson.
Boy, what a move in baseball. A very reactionary type move. Did you see this one? Dana Brown out as Astros GM.
I did not see this.
Owner Jim Crane names himself temporary head of baseball operations, as there was a skid. They've gone through a skid. Now, they were leading this division forever. He is out. Houston, they have lost 4. They've only won 4 out of 10. They're tied. GM out. Owner's taking over.
That always goes well.
That does nothing. Just an interesting move late.
On the baseball front, how many? It still feels like what? 3 divisions are still up for grabs, maybe 4.
Let's see here.
Because the Phillies are making it interesting with the Braves.
Yeah, they're red hot. Are they 9 straight now, or is it 10 now? Because they won. They won in walk-off fashion yesterday.
I believe 9. I know they're 9-1 in their last 10.
Yeah, right here. 9 straight. They walked it off yesterday again. Rays needed 1.
The Rays do feel like they're opening the door for the Yankees. Rays 3-7 over the last 10.
Also, major injury in the Yankees as well.
Yes.
Stanton again could be out for the season.
Yeah,
could be a blow to them. But yeah, they're at 3. I guess you could say Cleveland.
Well, then we know the AL West. We just talked about with the Astros. But the AL Central, it does feel like the White Sox, maybe not in firm control, but I think they're in control of that division. They are
right
doing
now
what they need to do.
Yep. A lot of them have tightened up. Also, that team, the wild cards have kind of expanded out just a little bit more now, especially on the NL side. The NL side is the one where we're like, the Cubs are 4 games up now. Phillies up 2. They still have a chance to win the division. The Padres have opened up a 2-game gap over the Diamondbacks now, and 4 over the Marlins.
It's funny how the Padres they're playing good baseball. Still 9 games back from the evil empire that is the LA Dodgers.
Yeah. They're winning a lot of games right now. And on the other side, and we'll talk more about it tomorrow, the other side, the Yankees and Red Sox looked to be firmly in the wild card, 9.5 and 6.5 up. And there was a little space created over the weekend as well. Rangers are hanging on to that one, proverbially tied with the Guardians. And then you got Blue Jays, Twins, Orioles, Mariners, Tigers, all 3.5, 2 to 3.5. So there's a little widening of the gap this weekend. Let's see what else we got here. We're in starting quarterback news everywhere. Where did I go? I didn't want to go there. Sorry, my bad. Especially, and I'm gearing it towards more college football. You're getting a lot of announcements. Tennessee is named their 5-star freshman, Fonzio Brando, their starting quarterback. There was another one. There was a couple. Oh, Alabama. That was a big one. They named Keelan Russell starting quarterback,
which is an interesting one. He's also a 5-star freshman, if I remember correctly. They named him over Austin Mack, which Austin Mack, he'll be in the portal next year.
Yep.
So because like I said, redshirt freshman comes in, starts over you, but you've been grinding your butt off behind the scenes. You don't win the starting job as a redshirt junior. You got 1 year of eligibility left after this. Somebody will be getting themselves Austin Mack as a starter next year.
Florida, they named Georgia Tech transfer Aaron Philo starting quarterback to start in the Summerall era. So this is the season. Getting all your number ones getting put out there for you.
Speaking of college football here, a bowl projection, list of bowl projections in from Brett McMurphy. Your reaction is proper, I will say. For the Husker fans out there, it's a clickbait matchup. They got Nebraska playing UCF down in Arizona. That's the matchup. Oh, Scott Frost Bowl, awesome.
There's so many.
It's so clickbaity, and also
there's so many jokes behind that matchup and where it's being played.
Yep. Yep. One thing I will say about this though, I've never been a fan of the preseason bowl projections. I think it's silly. It's extra silly now with how little bowl games actually matter.
Oh, it's beyond
that
bowl game now, because that bowl game is what was the name of the bowl? Is out in Arizona?
Yeah, it's the.
So what do you got to have 6 wins to get there? That's like a 6-6 bowl game or something.
The Cactus Bowl.
Like yay. If that was the case.
Yeah.
They're projecting to win 6 games.
The places Nebraska could go would be like the Detroit, the Mayo Bowl, or like the Cactus Bowl, like the common bowl projections right now.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, no one knows.
Don't care.
No one knows. Go play the games.
Might win 9 games.
I'd like to go back and check these preseason bowl projections and just see how many of them actually ended up coming to fruition. It's got to be close to 0%.
Do you feel? I think you're correct in the bowl deal. You start to feel like you're getting a good grip on the playoff projections. Saying a lot of comments
because those are the ones that matter.
Those are the ones that matter. Tomorrow, Robin Washut, Brian Munson, both at HuskerOnline.com. We'll go around Major League Baseball, talk some more Huskers. Boy, good to be back. Good to be back for a run of a few. Hang on, Husker. There's not much left. We'll be at football season as well. So, hey, have a great Monday. Catch you on a Tuesday.